I'm bored! Entertain me.
Hey, what's going on, motivators? My name's Corporal Russo, and as always, I aim to kill your bored. And welcome back to some more Death Battle with the overdue reaction to Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai. So, if you guys are wondering why we're so behind on this video, that's because we're going to introduce a new reactor to the channel. However, that fell through the cracks. My brother and I were then just going to, just do the reaction ourselves, but then what happened was he saw it separately. So this is a solo reaction to Death Battle, the first one I've done probably ever with Death Battle specifically. But anyway, we're gonna stay more on top of that, especially with the Optimus Prime versus Gundam Death Battle that came out as well. So, but more about this fight. I think it's a very interesting fight because I love Samurai Jack and I love Afro Samurai, but I don't know who to go with on this one, because I know that when it comes to them looking at these characters and their information, what they have to base everything off of. With Jack, you got 5 seasons, so there's more to analyze, his feats, but at the same time it also means more to analyze his weaknesses. Whereas Afro Samurai, it's the same way, but vice versa. He only had 5 main episodes and I think 2 movies, so not a whole lot to base him off of, but at the same time, they can't really expose any particular weaknesses as well, so there's a balance between there. But if I had to say, I think I'm going to lean towards Jack on this one a little more, due to the fact that Jack has been fighting ever since he was a child, with more than just samurai swords. He learned how to stick fight in Africa, he learned how to shoot a bow and arrow, he trained with Wushu monks, Shaolin monks more specifically, so he just had, in my opinion, I think he just has more of a degree of fighting. And whereas Afro Samurai, he, from what I saw with the first 5 episodes, learned specifically how to fight with a sword, and everything else after that was just survival. So, also I think Jack has fought more advanced, enemies, even though Afro Samurai has sliced a rocket in half, which I'm pretty sure they're going to analyze with that. But Jack's really fought a lot of things, from your everyday thugs to the complete supernatural. So I think Jack has this one, but only way to find out is by diving into this Death Battle. So let's do this.
Among the soldiers of history, the samurai is one of the most prestigious and dangerous.
Hell yeah.
So let's pit 2 of the best of them in a fight to the death.
Ooh, Rurouni Kenshin?
Samurai Jack, the warrior prince lost in time.
And Afro Samurai, who's one cold-blooded mother effer. He's with an iron boomstick.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome.
To analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, the animation looks pretty good. I think it's the same people who did Smokey versus McGruff.
Long ago, in a distant land, Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness.
God bless you, Mako, wherever you are.
Evil.
But a foolish samurai warrior wielding a magic sword stepped forth to oppose me.
Or Mako, however you want to pronounce it.
And that nameless samurai became known as Jack.
Jack was on.
Jack.
Yo, Jack was
Jack.
Doesn't really strike
They
fear
call
into your
me
enemy.
Jack.
Young Jack was the son of a Japanese emperor who had imprisoned Aku years before. However, upon Aku's return, the emperor and his army were quickly defeated. The last of all hope remained in the hands of his son.
Oh, look how smart he is. Well, to prep for beating the snot out of Aku, little Jack traveled the world, training with the best of the best.
Most notably, he learned horseback riding from a sheikh, staff fighting in Africa, wrestling from gladiators, axe throwing from a Russian boyar, mounted combat from the Mongols, martial arts from Shaolin monks, and
archery from freaking Robin Hood! Everyone's favorite talking fucks. Ooh, da lolly.
Wrong Robin Hood.
That's your opinion.
Jack's progress was exceptional. At just 8 years old, he defended a whole village from a band of marauders.
All before he could even legally drink the good stuff. 17 years later, he was ready for the final boss. He just needed one more
Also,
thing.
the fact that
His pajamas.
No.
Hasn't aged, so he still has the years of experience with that too.
Same. But before Jack could put his training to good use, Aku pulled a bitch move and zapped him hundreds of years into the future.
What a waste. Just like when you spend 4 sleepless years struggling through college and then find out too late that nobody cares about your English major.
I thought you graduated from the school of...
Oh, that'd be a funny backstory if Wiz was Dexter the whole time.
Could have chose a more practical one, Wiz, like mine. Anyway, even though he was trapped in the future, Jack stuck to his mission to get back to the past and take down Aku. And he had the right weapon for the job.
See, Aku cannot be harmed by conventional means.
Nope.
Thus, a special blade was forged by gods from Norse, Egyptian, and Hindu pantheons. This mystic sword is nearly unbreakable and absolutely incorruptible.
And
Wow.
boy, is Jack's katana an extremely effective weapon.
It can absorb and redirect energy, including fire, vaporize beings of evil, and slice through nearly any substance, even adamantium.
The Wolverine super metal? Why is that there?
Probably just coincidental naming, but it is shown to be stronger than steel.
Of course it is. So the sword's pretty awesome, but so is Jack. He's strong enough to push over this giant pillar, tough enough to survive a fall from orbit, and fast enough to defeat 6 bounty hunters in the time it took for 1 drop of water to hit the ground. By timing the drop, all of this had to have taken place in about 1/3 of a second. He's like a ninja samurai. Ninja Mirai.
That's right, he also knows
He is
ninjutsu
trained in
too.
ninjutsu, which probably helped when he was forced to dodge beams of sunlight. For this one in particular, it's clear Jack began dodging after the beam was fired. By examining both Jack and the beam's movement frame by frame, we've concluded his highest reaction speeds must be nearly 70% the speed of light.
Wow.
Damn, that's fast. What can he do? Next thing you'll tell me he has the power to fly or something.
Well, Jack can't fly, but
He
he
can jump
did
good.
learn how to...
Jump good.
I remember that episode so well.
Yes, that. By strapping a giant boulder on his back, which compared to his height we can determine to weigh 39 tons, Jack learned how to leap high enough to clear these trees.
Crouching tiger, hidden samurai. These trees are pretty big, and this jungle has a bunch of these ugly baboons running around. And if I were a betting man, which I am, I'd say that this is the African rainforest, where the average tree is about 130 feet tall. Tips on Jack from my basketball team. Yeah, got enough.
We haven't even mentioned the time he survived several exploding missiles with his friend, the Scotsman.
The Scotsman.
He looks so familiar. Well, I like him.
With so much talent, it was only a matter of time until Jack found his way home and defeated Aku once and for all. But it took a lot longer than it probably should have. 50 years, in fact.
Yeah, good thing time travel makes you stop aging for some reason. But Jack's a good-hearted soul, like a Boy Scout who hasn't discovered Twitter yet.
He can be pretty gullible when it comes to more devious opponents. Also, he continues to prolong his lonely journey over and over, just because he frequently puts the needs of others before his own. Still, the forces of evil should watch out for Samurai Jack.
I like the fact that Phil Lamar is the voice actor.
The stories that surround the 2 sacred headbands are as many as the men who died in their pursuit.
What's so special about some strips of headcloth?
Legend says they were created by the gods, or they can grant the wearer supernatural powers. But in truth, the headbands only bring pain and loss. Such was the case with Afro Samurai.
The fencers.
Wait, did his parents really call him Afro? Talk about setting big expectations.
Well, no, it's a nickname, but even if they did, have you seen his dad? I think they knew what to expect.
Damn, just look at it. Oh, and hey look, he's got the #1 headband.
Here's how this works. The person who wears the #1 headband is said to rule the world, and the only person who can challenge the #1 is whoever possesses the #2. In contrast, anybody can challenge the owner of the #2 for the right to wear that headband, and thus gain the right to challenge the #1.
So, like, you just work your way up so that only one guy in the world can challenge you? So where do I get one of these headbands? Then no one will mess with me.
Actually, the opposite would probably happen, which young Afro witnessed firsthand when some freak named Justice showed up with the #2 and killed his father right in front of him.
Why does this always happen? You know, I always thought parenting was the hardest thing about being a dad, but at this point, I think it's just actually staying alive if your kid's ever gonna do anything great. Or just...
Now, one thing I do remember from Afro Samurai is that
Despite knowing
his
that
master
he was
told him that
effectively
with the right type of
created
eyes, you can mislead
Justice
even the
left
greatest
Afro
warrior.
alone
So I think that might play in his
So,
favor.
of course, Afro swore revenge and started learning swordsmanship under a swordmaster named... Swordmaster! Who the hell is naming these people?
Through Swordmaster's training of sword mastery, Afro learned the traditional samurai fighting styles of Kenjutsu and Kendo.
Kenjutsu is all about how to kill an opponent as fast as possible, while Kendo is more about discipline and being zen and stuff. Naturally, Afro preferred the more kick-ass one.
Right, Swordmaster's goal was to refine Afro's body and mind, instilling upon him a sense of honor, or Bushido. But that didn't quite mesh with Afro's thirst for vengeance.
Nope.
So when he found out that Swordmaster had the number 2 headband all along, he knew what he had to do. And now he could take down the guy who killed his dad.
Alongside his new friend, slash burden, Ninja
Samuel Jackson.
Oh, come the f*** on! Where'd this guy come from?
Now don't we look like shit? How you been, man?
Well, it's not entirely clear. He's there, but at the same time, not there. Ninja is believed to be the guardian of the number 2 headband, but all he ever really does is talk, and talk some more.
He got arrows and grenades and shit! You ain't got no chance, dude!
Though it's also possible Ninja is simply a figment of Afro's mind, brought about by psychological stress.
You know, I have an imaginary friend.
Aren't you a little old for that?
Not for Al Gundy. He's a gun who also talks to me.
Al Gundy.
He tells me to do stuff.
Al Bundy.
Yay! Anyway, to be honest, calling Afro a samurai is a bit misleading. He's actually more akin to a ronin, a samurai with no master. And so, with his swordsmanship perfected, Afro wandered the world searching for justice, carrying an arsenal fit for revenge.
Including his father's sword. This super long blade has lasted through decades of battle without much issue. Perfect for kicking some ass.
He also has a steel comb, which can be a surprisingly effective offensive and defensive tool.
And since he doesn't care about that honor BS, he's not afraid to play dirty by attacking with his sandals.
But while on the road to justice, Afro's number 2 headband attracted all manner of dangerous enemies. Luckily, he's more than capable of dealing with each and every one of them.
He's strong enough to cut other swords in half, throw his sheath through another guy's throat, and even tear off metal arms.
Pretty impressive, as many modern metals have tensile strength as high as 80,000 pounds per square inch.
Afro is fast enough to cut bullets out of thin air, and even a laser beam.
I should note that it's not a plasma-based beam. It bounces off reflective surfaces, doesn't explode upon contact, and it's literally labeled a laser. This means Afro blocked a beam that moved as fast as light, more than 670 million miles per hour.
Get this, that laser beam came from a robot version of Afro. Talk about metal! This Afro droid could easily smash up a car, and our boy Afro just tore it apart! He's survived getting hit by rockets, including this RPG that fragmented a giant cliff face.
RPG in a backpack?
I think I smell math coming.
This tree nearby is most likely a Japanese mountain ash, which can sometimes grow as high as 30 feet. With that in mind, we compared its height to the fragmentation created by the explosion, and compared the resulting surface area to the shear force for granite. With this, we deduced the RPG's highest possible explosive yield must
I knew
be
they were gonna
around
put this
72 tons of TNT.
Put this into play.
What kind of mega rocket launcher are these guys packing? And where do I get it?
Many stood in his way, and Afro didn't get through them all unscathed.
But by the end, he cut down justice, took his revenge in hand, and proved to the world that Afro Samurai is number 1.
But Jack survived the.
all my men. Why you gotta kill me?
Nothing personal.
But Jack survived falling from space, so I think that has a bigger force than 72 tons of TNT.
All right, the combatants are set.
Oh, yeah.
Let's end this debate once and for all.
It's time for a death battle!
Who's gonna be the last samurai? Tom Cruise should be in this somewhere, just so they can kill him. Oh, the animation looks awesome, and they're doing the bridge skit again. This is how Jack met the Scotsman, for any of you who didn't watch Samurai Jack growing up. One of the best episodes out there. I also like the music from each series, too.
Your sword smells of blood.
So does yours.
So humble. Alright, so really it's gonna come down to who's gonna land that killing blow first. Ooh. There goes his hat. Like last time. Ah, cheap move. Oh, that's right. He can fight blinded. It would have been so cool for them to get Phil Lamar to voice Jack in this.
Huh. So good. Oh, thank you.
Oh. Oh. Damn. Oh, it's on now. I don't know why, but I kind of knew that was going to happen. Oh, shit. Oh! Oh! Oh, damn. Oh, shit! Oh. Come on. Yes! Fuck! Yes!
Watch
Alright, Jack. Oh.
So, like, is he gonna get his arm back?
Oh, that was awesome.
Afro was an exceptional warrior, and his skills would absolutely dominate most sword fights. However, Jack has had a lot of experience with opponents who fight dirty, and Afro could not stand up to his physical superiority.
Yeah, Afro never showed strength like how Jack lifted that 39-ton boulder.
Jack could react as fast as 70% the speed of light. Afro did block that light speed laser beam, but based on the distance between him and the Afro droid, he only needed to react around 21% the speed of light to do this, still putting him at impressive relativistic speeds, but not even half as quick as Jack.
Also, while Afro survived that mega-sized RPG explosion, don't forget how Jack survived a fall from orbit.
While it does seem the spacesuit was responsible for Jack surviving re-entry, it certainly can't be held solely accountable for the final impact. Starting his descent from the Kármán line, or the boundary between Earth's atmosphere and space, Jack covered a distance of 62 miles in just under 7 seconds, moving well over terminal velocity.
Thanks to being propelled by exploding space beam.
Which means his top velocity was approximately 37,000 miles per hour. Adding the spacesuit's weight to his own, this means his impact force must have equaled about 19 megatons of force.
Yeah.
Way more than anything Afro survived.
And then he just got up and walked away. Badass. In the end, Jack was just too fast, too strong, too tough, and too well trained for Afro to handle.
The winner is Samurai Jack.
Fucking knew it, dude. Alright, Motivators, I wasn't gonna bother staying around for the end credits because we already did the reaction to Lucy versus Carnage, so you guys are gonna watch that. Go check it out. It's probably one of our few videos that are getting almost 10,000 views so far, so thank you guys for those views. But again, you know, looking back at this, it really was because of Jack's experience. You know, my brother and I were leaning towards Jack on that one because of that. But at the same time, you know, again, it's just that Jack has had more seasons to base his feats off of, where Afro Samurai. Why do I keep wanting to say Samurai Afro for some reason, but Afro, you know, didn't have a whole lot to base things off of as far as, you know, seasons or episodes or feats. So anyway, that was really awesome. Sorry that this had to be a solo reaction, guys, but again, we tried to get another reactor in on this, but again, the plans fell through the cracks. But another thing is, I'm going to talk to a buddy of mine. He started a YouTube channel as well. His channel is Rapid Death 9, and his name's Carl. He's a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, but he has never, and I mean never, seen Team 4-Star Bridge or any Dragon Ball Z parody on YouTube. So I'm looking at him like he's high or something. But anyway, so with that in mind, I'm going to introduce you guys to Carl soon. I'm going to show him to, you know, Team 4-Star Abridged, and then what we're going to do is I'm going to record his reaction here, but I'm gonna upload them to his channel to help support him, help him get some subscribers if you guys want to go check him out. But anyway, guys, if this video helped, killed your boredom, as always, like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and if we can do that, my little brother will shave his chest hair into the shape of the Batman symbol. So if you guys want to see him go through that and his agony, please let me know. We'll definitely do it. But until then, guys, thanks for everything. Make sure you hit that notification bell, because apparently subscribing isn't enough on YouTube nowadays. And yeah, we'll see you guys when the next video is out. Right? Later.